Okay, today you're going to take a look at another wedge head. This is called Kings and Queens. And it's actually probably one of the more famous Gottlieb wedge heads for a couple of reasons. One, it's a pretty damn good game. Very challenging. It's got a lot of things going on to it. Gottlieb was known as the king of card games. And this is another card themed game. And it's got 4 holes there in the center. A lot of lanes to go through. Got some great artwork too. It's got the typical Roy Part artwork with the really good-looking babes in the back glass, and the humor too as well going on. Obviously, you can kind of see all the cheating that's going on there in the card game with the reflection in the mirror and ducking the ace of spades there and what's going on underneath. So it's the artwork, but this was also featured in the movie Tommy. This is the game that Tommy played while Elton John, who was the reigning pinball wizard, played Buckaroo, which is another one in my collection that there's a video of if you want to check it out. So it's got some history to it. It's a very good game. It's a card game, which was very big for Gottlieb this time period. And you know, it's a wedge head too, and wedge heads are cool. So take a closer look up at the back glass there. So you can get a good look at it. I'll kind of scan down the top of the playfield here. And the main object of the game is you've got aces, kings, queens, and jacks. And as you can see here, you've got a little matrix here in the center with 4 of each card and for the 4 corresponding suits. And the basic idea is you're trying to get either 4 aces, 4 kings, 4 queens, or 4 jacks, 1 of each suit. And when that happens, the individual holes will light up for special if you get all 4. And that sounds pretty easy, but in actuality it's pretty difficult because of the way that they have the cards set up. Usually 2 of the 4 are fairly easy to get, and the other ones are set off to the side or somewhere where it's going to be a drain to get to it. For example, let's take the jacks. The jacks are very difficult, and that's also the easiest hole to get to. So what happens is when you do get ball into the hole, it shoots off from left to right. So getting the ball in the aces hole will then shoot over the kings and shoot over the queens and shoot over the jacks. You'll score all 4 of those holes. So the jacks being the most common hole is the most difficult one to get all 4 of. So as you can see at the top there, the 2 jack cards, one at the very left and one at the very right, and then at the bottom here, the other 2 jack cards, one's the left out lane and one's the right out lane. So to be able to get all 4, you're going to have to drain at least 2 balls. So very difficult special to get. Probably the easiest one I think is the queens. The queens is the second most easiest to get, but it's probably the one you're actually going to score your specials off, because you've got 2 there at the top which light the queens there. The second one's in for the left and the right, and they're also in the middle here. They're the easiest rollovers there to get on the left and the right as well. The aces is a little bit difficult because you've got the aces on the far left and far right in the middle, and also obviously to get the final ace, other than the top rollover, you need to get that center rollover, which again calls for a drain. The kings is fairly difficult to get just because he's got those 2 rollovers again on the far left and far right, which the ball tends not to go over there, so it makes it a little difficult. So we'll do one more scan of the playfield here, and then we'll play a game and see how it goes. Again, great artwork. I love the colors in this game, and get an idea of the classic Gottlieb side there. The artwork of how it looks there. And the front coin door here. And the artwork here on the side. So it's really a fun game. I think you guys will enjoy this one. And if you see one that's available, I would strongly recommend that you try to pick it up. Although they do not go cheap now. Lots of them that I've seen tend to go for in the $1,500 to $2,000 range. So they have gotten pricier. Okay, let's see how that holds. Alright, let's fire it up. Okay, we've got 3 out of 4 jacks here, so we've got one more to go. Already got that jack. Alright, one ball left. I'm not going to be able to get the jack special, so we're going to have to work on something else here. We got the 4th jack. Unfortunately, it was after the 5th ball drained, so we're not going to be able to get that special. But as you can see, it's quite difficult to get a lot of the rollovers. On that game, we got 3 of the kings, 3 of the queens, 4 of the jacks, and only 1 of the aces. We had no center drains. So it's a good game. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one.